Today, I want to introduce you to one of the most exciting brands in all of watchmaking today.
The brand has shown some of the most amazing hospitality and access that I've ever had at any watch event or any event with any brand before. I want to say thank you to the team. It was an amazing experience, highlighting the watches and the pieces that they have. The amazing technology, the innovation, and the stories behind the pieces is what really pulled me towards the brand.
This is Lorige, a brand like no other in the high-end independent watchmaking world. Let's start with a question. What separates a good driver from a great one? Now, many of you might think it's just simply the driver who goes the fastest, but that would not be entirely accurate. There is one aspect about driving a race car at its full potential at speeds exceeding over 200 miles per hour that truly separate the good drivers from a great one. And the answer to that is braking. When two race car drivers are approaching a corner on one of the world's most famous racetracks, it's not usually the one who arrives first that will exit the corner first, but the driver with the bravery and the finesse to drive later, to brake later, to step on that pedal after the other driver in order to slightly just move their car sometimes inches ahead and then eventually go through the corner, make the pass, exit first, and this defines a great driver, braking. Now, Lorige has taken this passion in motorsports to create something unique, something that no brand has ever done before it. The message is clear, from track to rest. So Lorige has acquired and created a process with a material, carbon, to create a unique wristwatch to put it on the wrist of those that not only have a passion for timekeeping, but also a passion for motorsports. Now, the question is, why carbon? Carbon is unique that it can withstand temperatures above 900 degrees Celsius. 900 degrees Celsius. It is more resistant than carbon ceramic, which is what you would normally find in a Porsche 911 or AMG vehicles from Mercedes-Benz. You can brake at speeds at 300 kilometers per hour or close to 200 miles per hour, and in seconds be at 60 miles per hour or the equivalent of 100 kilometers per hour in a matter of seconds, less than 2 seconds. Again, this is carbon. It is used today in Formula One, it is used today in endurance racing, and also other high levels of motorsports like MotoGP. Again, not carbon ceramic, this is carbon. Now, the brand started with a vision of 3 founders. You can see we have Emeric, Philippe, and Clement. Now, they share a passion. They share a passion of motorsports. Whether they were on the racing side or the engineering side, they have this DNA running through them where they love the creation of these incredible machines piloted by some of the bravest and talented drivers around the world. And the question was, how do we bring this racing DNA to those people that are passionate about it and put it on the wrist? and the idea of Lorige was born. Now, Lorige itself is not simply inspired by racing, it is racing. And what does that mean? So here we're going to take a peek at the process of how we create the case for a Lorige watch. So we're taking an actual carbon brake pad that was used in an actual race. And that's the key. It's not just an off-the-shelf part. The brake pad had to be used because the stress that it receives varies depending on the vehicle, the speeds that it is decelerating from. What the heat does creates a unique pattern to each carbon case that's going to vary from watch to watch. And another thing that is quite unique that you can see, this process actually both creates the case but also the dial. You can see there in the center, that is the actual dial. So the hour markers are going to be applied to it. The movement is going to adhere to the back. So you have one solid piece, CNC'd out of carbon, and we hold the patent to this for almost 20 years. That means no other brand in the world can make what we have created in Lorige. Now, we're going to take a quick peek of some industry estimates for some of the 3 highest luxury watch brands recognized today. The first is Patek Philippe. They estimate that last year, 70,000 Patek Philippe watches were produced. The next one, Audemars Piguet, with an estimate of around 50,000. And finally, we have Richard Mille with an estimated production yield of 5,000 watches. Now, what about Lorige? We are planning to produce only 120 pieces for 2026. Just 120 of this very intricate process to make the most unique watch in high-end watchmaking as far as construction, 120 pieces. Now, let's take a look at the current Lorige collection. We are here to see the BL Evolution. And you see we have 3 different colorways for the BL Evolution. We have Grease Circuit, Blue Asphalt, and Hyper Black. Now, it's not just the colorway that is different between the 3. Where the carbon brake pad was sourced also varies. We have used brake pads from Porsche GT cars, Cadillac GT cars, including a Sebring winning Cadillac as part of the IMSA series. And currently, with the Hyper Black, we are using brake pads from the Aston Martin Valkyrie hypercar that is currently competing both in the World Endurance Championship and also the IMSA series here in the United States. But I ask another question. Who is the greatest F1 driver of all time? Now, this question has inspired and continues to inspire debate today among racing fans and also people in the racing community in general. If you ask people, many names will come up. 2 of the first will be Michael Schumacher and Lewis Hamilton, both tied with 7 championships and both have raced for some of the most dominant Formula One teams in history. Michael Schumacher with Scuderia Ferrari winning 5 championships in a row, and Lewis Hamilton with Petronas Mercedes F1. That team won an astounding 8 Constructors' Championships in a row. 8. No other team has achieved this, making them truly one of the greats. But there are other drivers. There is Alain Prost, there's Nigel Mansell, Fangio. We have Sebastian Vettel and Max Verstappen with 4 championships each. Some great drivers have attacked world circuits throughout history in Formula One. But if you ask the grid, both the current and past drivers, both current and past team owners, people that were there, Who is the greatest F1 driver of all time? There is one name that echoes synonymous to the world circuits around the world. And that name is Senna. Ayrton Senna, the Brazilian legend, the man who piloted McLaren with Alain Prost to a then record 15 wins out of 16 races in one season. One of the most dominant seasons in the history of Formula One. He was legendary. He was known as the King of the Rain for his impressive driving technique and bravery when conditions were at their worst. A true legend of the sport. And because of this, we created a legendary timepiece. Here we have the Lorige AS01 Central Flying Tourbillon, a very unique creation in all of watchmaking, where we took carbon brakes from the McLaren MP48 that Senna himself drove in 1993 to create this unique timepiece. It has a double-barrel movement with a power reserve of 93 hours that matches the 1993 year where these brake pads were sourced. The watch was designed, manufactured, and assembled in Geneva, limited to only 8 pieces. Only 8 pieces for the man or woman who is passionate about Formula One, passionate about Senna, and passionate about timekeeping. This piece has a very special caliber, the LORTC-01. Now, what makes this so special? It was developed in collaboration with 2 legendary watchmakers. We have Dominique Renault and the late Pierre Favre. Pierre Favre, this would be his last movement that he would work to create after him and Dominique have made components and movements for some of the greatest brands like Patek Philippe, like Audemars Piguet throughout their history. This was Pierre's last movement, and as you can see, it is a stunner. Truly, truly beautiful movement that is on this watch. Now, Lorige, we are looking beyond motorsport. We are looking for the legendary. And what could be more legendary in disguise than the only supersonic commercial passenger plane ever? And that plane is the Concorde. So what we took, carbon brakes from this legendary airplane, and the birth of carbon brakes was aerospace. And we're gonna be creating not 1, but 2 watches. 1 a GMT and 1 a chronograph. Again, Lorige will be making not 1, but 2 timepieces from the brake pads of the legendary Concorde. The watch world is taking notice. All over the world, watch fans are noticing and discovering the uniqueness of Lorige, the inspiration by motorsports, the uniqueness of the design, the beauty of the movement, and the fact that no other watchmaker in the world can offer what we are offering today. Here we have the beautiful skies of Daytona International Speedway. Last January of this year, 2026, we were able to create a unique and exciting VIP experience for some of the first buyers of the Lorige Hyper Black. Here we were able to take not 1, but many fans to be a part of history, to be a part of the paddock, to be a part of the pit process, to see the cars in person, to talk to the drivers. And for a very lucky few, we were able to be behind pit wall when the cars were coming in to pit, to refuel, to get new tires as the actual 24-hour race was happening. A truly amazing experience, and something that we are looking to extend with other famous races around the world. And this brings me to this. Drive the machine, wear the legacy. Beyond just taking fans to experience races around the world, we want to put you behind the wheel of a carbon equipped race car to drive it as it was intended to on a racetrack, and then we are going to take those carbon brake pads that you were a part of and make a unique Lorige wash for you. This is in the planning stages, and it will be extended to select VIP Lorige owners from around the world. A truly unique and exciting experience. And this is Lorige. This is more than inspiration. This is the passion of motorsports that we have gathered, created a unique timepiece for you, the wearer, for you, the race enthusiast, for you, the lover of timepieces, to enjoy. This is Lorige.